I think that I have an option for you.
Really? What do you think about Calvin being a sperm donor?
Oh man, Sabrina. I'm trying to just wrap my mind around the idea of this woman even considering what I believe is Maurice's idea in the first place based on the promo for next week. We know Sabrina's still trying to find a sperm donor, and Maurice like, well, I may have one for you, a suggestion. And then later on when she's at the salon, she's talking to Karen and Pam's in the background, eager to listen. What do you think if Calvin was my sperm donor? And I'm just thinking to myself, what in the freak is she even, what? I'm thinking like if Maurice is making this recommendation, is it because he and Calvin are still in contact and maybe things didn't work out between him and this other girl? Or what? But it just seems like such a dumb idea. It's like Sabrina going, hey, Calvin, I know that you weren't really the kind of guy I was looking for. So I didn't really want you as boyfriend, potential husband material. But I do think you will be the perfect donor for sperm in order for me to have a child. And I'm like, that seems like the biggest slap in the face to a guy that was into a woman at one point in time. I mean, just imagine like, wait, so you're dating some other guy? Yes. Why don't you want to get pregnant with his child? Actually, I want to, but he doesn't want to have kids. Okay. So you having a kid through sperm donation, how is that going to I mean, like, what? Will this guy still be with you if you decide to have a kid? Well, actually, I decided on my own to have a kid by myself, and I asked him that question, and he wasn't able to give me a straight answer, but we're still, dating and having sex and everything. Yet, you still don't want to be with me, right? Oh, no, I'm happy with Rich. But you want me to donate my sperm so you can have a child? Yes. Why is that? Well, you just seem like the right kind of man to have a baby with. But you do know I'm in a relationship with another woman, right? Yes. How do you think she'll feel if I say, hey, the girl I had strong feelings for prior to you wants to have my baby through my sperm donation? Well, what does it matter? It's ridiculous how accurate that conversation probably was. And I made it up on the spot because it's so like Sabrina to make these outlandish requests of people and just act like it's an everyday occurrence. I mean, it goes back to like, Andy, do you have $1.5 million to bail Maurice out of jail? What if I ask Zach? And it's like, wait, what the freak? What are you smoking? It's just, she can't be this dumb. And it just goes back to how Sabrina is debatably the worst sister of them all because she's just as manipulative as the other women. She just acts so innocent about it. The fact that she uses men to get what she wants, and when she's done, she discards them just like Andy does. I mean, this whole thing with Bio, after getting all that money, what was it? 1.5 to bail out Maurice. And then she didn't want to commit to him. And, she kicked him to the curb. I didn't like the way you talked to Maurice. And I'm like, what the hell does it matter how he talked to Maurice? He put up $1.5 million to get his ass out of jail. And then you just kicked him to the curb. Sabrina's full of just... I don't think Calvin's showing back up in the series at all. And hopefully he does. I mean, if Anthony isn't on screen, I wouldn't mind like just a phone conversation with his voice, because this is just one of the dumbest things ever written in the show. If they really go through with Sabrina, not only considering Calvin as a donor, but actually reaching out to him to get an answer. And then if he says no, she's going to be pissed off. And it's like, can you really blame? This is as ridiculous. Okay, I've said this a few times on the channel. Girl Meets World, the 2010 spinoff of or reboot of Boy Meets World, I never watched the show in terms of, oh, I watched every episode or I watched all of season 1. The only episodes of Girl Meets World I watched were the episodes where the original Boy Meets World characters would show up, like Mr. Feeney, Eric, Jack, Angela, and so on and so forth. And I was really looking forward to the Angela one because even though I didn't follow the show, I was aware that Sean and Sabrina Carpenter's character, Maya, her mom kind of had a thing. And it's a question of, oh, will they get married or something? But it's like, wait, what about Angela? And then Angela shows up and it's like, oh my God, will she screw up things between Sean and Maya's mom? And remember, Angela left Sean at the end of Boy Meets World. I think it was like the penultimate episode to go to Germany or France with her dad because he's like in the military or whatever. And it turns out they officially broke up after that and they haven't like really been in contact. And it turns out, her dad died on like a fishing boat or something, a heart attack. But then she eventually got married to someone else. She came back into Sean's life to ask if he thinks she's ready to be a mom. And I'm like, imagine you and the love of your life, you break up, and then like 15 years later, she comes back into your life because she's already found someone else. She's married, and she's like, hey Thomas, I know I haven't seen you in almost 2 decades, and I chose someone else over you and got married to that person, but do you think I'm ready to have kids? Do you know how I will never forgive the writers for doing that to Angela. I feel like they're doing the same kind of crap to Sabrina because this is just painfully stupid to even have Calvin as a potential donor to Sabrina for. It's just no. I hope Calvin just no. Hopefully someone tries to talk some sense to Sabrina because this is just asinine. Dump Rich and then find a dude who's into you and wants kids and go from there. This is just, oh God. And if Maurice is the person to recommend Calvin, that's even dumber because how many times has this man said, you two need to make up your mind. Either you want the man or you don't. I'm so sick of hearing the back and forth drama between you two. But then you got random moments where he's like, Calvin, you need to call that girl. Or Sabrina, talk to the man. It's just like, no. Just stay out of this. Go back to your fixation page and leave the bank. But yeah, that's all I got for this particular video. This is just painful to even consider a possibility of a storyline because it goes back to the first episode of the season where Sabrina seemed to be in her feelings about the fact that not only did Calvin just leave town with another woman, but he didn't even take the time to say goodbye, despite the fact that she had been dating a whole other man for 3 months. And it's just, no, just stupid. Okay, that's all I have. Rant over. I'll catch you all in the next video.